call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. Stay on the line to accept this call. Thank you for using GTL.
I don't consent to recording of this call. If you can send a copy of that video and information that you've got to the lady that was going to come see me here, to Mr. Lamb, and to anybody else that can broadcast or send it far and wide, that might be a good thing. And do you know if Mrs. P ever got any of the letters that I've sent her? Has she ever gotten any of them?
She hasn't mentioned it if she has. And I don't know the lady that came and visited you. Who's that?
Oh, I thought you told me there was a lady you talked to that was going to come visit me.
Let me ask
you said her name, and I knew her husband, but not her name.
Let me ask my wife. Did you say anything about a lady that's going to visit Mike Parsons? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank there. I deal with so many prisoners, Mike. It's overwhelming. I don't remember that conversation.
Yeah, what he's doing is called extortion, and anybody that knows anything knows that there's nothing illegal about posting that.
Yeah.
It's not protected. It's not in any way confidential or secret or anything.
Okay.
Anytime that the police anytime the police have a video that they want the public to see so the public has a perception, they release it. When it's damaging to the police, they don't release it.
Yeah.
If the people who can show the corruption of the police release it, that's not a crime.
Yeah.
It's certainly not beneficial to the crooked cops, but that's just too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
And here's the thing, Trader has nothing to say about it because he's not involved.
Right.
He has no standing, and anything he says to you would be a threat, and you can actually press charges against him and or sue him for threatening you.
Yeah, I never engage him. I never reply to any of his crap. I just print it off and send it to you. I don't even read a lot of it, you know. So
right. The guy here's name is Ford. Forward it to him.
Okay.
And anybody else that can mass produce and spread it far and wide, because it's proof. It is proof. It's their own evidence against them.
Yeah.
Like they like to take people's words against them, like any kind of audio recordings. Well, guess what? There's nothing in audio recording that's damaging to me or Pat or Sue or anybody. What this whole thing is simple. It's a frame job. It's not even entrapment. Means that they've enticed you to do something that you would otherwise know is illegal. Well, it's not even that. It's a frame job because nobody ever agreed to do anything that's illegal. There was never any intention to do anything illegal.
Yeah. Mrs.
Parsons thinks they're going to get me out of jail. Sue is looking at lawful court orders. Werverka doesn't know anything about anything. And he's saying, I don't want to be involved in none of this stuff. And the people that are scaring him are the FBI agents that are claiming they're Chilcotin. When he's talking to the real Chilcotin people, they're like nice, polite, kind people. He's like, he said in the video, Mr. Parsons is the last guy that was suspected for anything. Why? Because I'm not a criminal. I'm not suspicious because I'm not a criminal.
Right.
That's why I'm the last guy that would be suspected, because I'm not that type of person. But then those FBI thugs came into play, in the picture, and they were suspect, and they scared him. And he was rightfully scared, and to tell him he didn't want to have anything to do with anything except what his job was, which was about that airport and that plane. And that's what he did. And then they said, well, we're going to charge you with this. That's extortion. Just so they could try to get somebody that they could call in there as a witness and lie on the stand. But, I don't think he's going to lie. I think he's going to tell the truth. He never saw anybody flying that plane. He pulls up and the plane is there parked in front of the gas pump, and I'm standing there, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all he can. Oh, other than he had me drive the county truck, the snowplow, back to the airport for him, which I did.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I helped them out.
Yeah. Can I just let me tell you what my perception is, and you can correct me on this whole. The reason why it's so important he's standing on the wing with the door open is because the FBI said the plane was secured for 2.5 months, indicating they didn't check the plane out and that anything that was in the plane must have been yours, and they're saying that you must have been the pilot, but you're saying that the plane was not secured, the door was wide open, and anything could have been easily planted because the plane was being moved around in and out of the hangar constantly to make room for other planes. Is that basically the gist of...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. The plane was never locked. The door was unlocked. According to his own statement, standing on the wing, the door's never been locked. He said he didn't even have a key to the door, so the door's never been locked. He's been in it daily, and he said, "Oh, another pilot's moved the plane out of the hangar."
Yeah, I remember that. I recall that. Okay, so let me make sure. So you're going to trial on August the 28th because the FBI planted a gun in that plane, and they're going to claim that it was yours, and you're a felon in possession, and therefore they're going to try to send you to prison for 7 years because they put a gun in that plane.
Well,
is that the?
Here's the thing. By their own rules, I'm not considered a felon, no matter what. By their own rules, but they're going to ignore that. But here's the thing. I don't know who put it in there. I know this. That they basically got a warrant to search the Chilcotin Nation's transport under false pretenses. They lied. They said that I was involved with something in Tennessee that I had no knowledge of. It was their own creation. They created this ploy about this kidnapping nonsense. Now, lawful court orders for an arrest warrant, guess what? Judges are not immune from being arrested if somebody wants to exercise the warrant.
Yeah.
Judges get arrested. They arrested a congressman the other day, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they did. Okay. So, people need to realize judges are not immune. They can be prosecuted, and if somebody's willing to arrest them and take them to the border, by all means, they'll do that. Other than that, I think somebody searched, they'll find Dick Cheney's got an outstanding arrest warrant. Several people, George Bush, Dick Cheney.
I think George Soros. I think George Soros is wanted in his own country. That if he ever goes back, I forget what country it was.
Yeah, Hungary. The former Secretary of State under Nixon, Henry Kissinger's got an arrest warrant. He's a war criminal.
Yeah.
So these people are not immune from prosecution, and the reality is that I hadn't been in the area, let alone the state. Well, they had moved me out of the state, I guess, a couple of days before the search, but I'd been locked up for 2.5 months. So I hadn't been anywhere near the plane. And, the Tipton County people basically falsely charged me with possession of weapons that I didn't have because they were my wife's guns locked up in her house that I didn't have access to or a key to or anything. And
okay, so let me just clarify that for me because I'm trying to make sure I'm up to speed too. So not only are they trying to get you for this gun that was planted in the plane that wasn't even secured for 2.5 months while you were in prison, but they're also trying to
60 seconds.
They're trying to get you for guns your wife had in a safe that you didn't have access to, so they're going to get you with multiple counts. Is that what they're trying to do?
Oh, I was charged with that back in 2014. Becky gave me a copy of the pre-sentence report that shows that charge has been dismissed and recharged 6 different times. Every 6 months, they dismissed the charge and recharged me since then because they don't have the ability to take me to trial on it because there was no, I didn't have any guns then. I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I'm in another state when they started the raid, and then they had me come back to the house and then had my wife unlock the house because it was locked. I didn't have a key. But if you can contact those people and share with them the information, and don't worry about Trader. He has no standing. He's just hot air.
Yep.
And gotta love it though. Why is this guy going crazy when it's none of his business unless he's a Fed, unless he is prosecution.
Provocateur, yeah.
Thank you for using GTL.
All right, that's Mike Parsons. He's got trial August the 28th. They're trying to send him to prison for multiple years, and he has a whole band of devilish hyenas that have been on his case. So please pray for Mike Parsons.